Roiling Ocean.
A mysterious roiling of the ocean and skies around Varuna indicated a large group of Zon beasts were headed for the bay north of Lendra. This would be a critical area for the defense of their capital and their kingdom. Commodore Rix was unimpressed.
The commoners see avenging serpents of doom foretold by legend. Every bravo who ever cheated at cards thinks he brought this calamity upon the nation. I see overgrown carp and canaries. Food for cats. These creatures will soon be paraded through our streets.
Welcome back, folks. So the last time we left off, I had done the take over some islands mission and the get Joreth in the city walls mission. Then I had tried to do this this mission as well in the same video, but it ended up taking. There was a problem with the recording, so I had to cut off that last mission because it didn't record the last like 10 or so minutes of it, and so now I have to do it again. Then I tried to record it again, and the audio didn't record, and so now this is the third attempt at doing this one. But basically, the invaders are coming from the north. Build up your defenses with the floating towers and guard towers. Protect your lodestones. You'll need them to build defenses. Hold them off for 30 minutes. The first time I did this mission, I just sort of stuck with these two islands, which works fine. You can do that. The second time, I actually tried to, I stuck with these two islands. I let them kill this lodestone, and then I had kind of a challenge actually getting a landfall back on to here. But if you immediately go and build an enclave on there before they actually arrive, you can manage to keep hold of that leftward island pretty easily, which is what I did on the second attempt and was what I'm going to do on this attempt. So hopefully this will actually record correctly this time. And so the first thing I'm going to do after is go over here and build an enclave. So these flagships are pretty cool. They're ships that act as builders. They do have an attack. It's not very powerful. It's just like an arrow, but it's not too bad anyway. So we're going to do that, and then I think what I'm going to do is have her build one of these C4s. The C4 is what you can use to build ships, and they're going to be pretty necessary in this mission to protect these island things here, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, yeah, the best way to keep this is to go over here and immediately build an enclave. That way you can have a small force of crossbowmen to repel the initial attack. So I'm going to make one of these, and then I'm just going to make these basically infinitely. And I'm going to use this priestess here to build a watchtower pretty quickly to help repulse that. And I'm also going to need at least like 10 guys here for now. That'll be a little bit easier to do than building a watchtower there immediately, and it's not the immediate threat isn't right there anyway. So what I need to do here is build a harpoon ship. Harpoon ships are pretty good, versatile units. They're better than the skiff, and their attack is a harpoon, and it does pretty good, decent damage, and there's no like minimum distance requirements or anything like that. So what I want to do with this harpoon ship is get her and go over here and get this lodestone, which will be very useful. And I'm going to build that, put my harpoon ship up here, and I'm going to see how we're doing here. What I want to do is build another one of these. And that should be good there for now. Get this one. Another thing we're going to want to do is build a few of these towers. They're the floating tower, and they do the same exact attack as the harpoon ship. At least the animation's the same. I'm not sure if the damage is the same. I think it might be. We'll go ahead and build one of these too. Now, if you look down here, I'm asking them to spend way more mana than I'm taking in. So what that basically does is there's like a maximum rate you can build it, and it's depending on how much mana per second you can put into it. When you're taking more mana than you're getting, then it's less than that maximum possibility. Oh, so now I'm getting some attacks here, so I better do that. I'd rather them take out a few of these archers or a few of these crossbowmen rather than take out those towers. But yeah, so if you don't have extra mana, it slows it down to like whatever rate you actually have. I want to build a few more harpoon ships, one for now. And we'll build one of these floating towers here. I think I want two more guys there just to be safe. We're going to go ahead and go up here and try to take out their builder units. Remember, Zon doesn't have buildings that build other units. They have units that build other units. So they're like mobile and they can do a little attack. Come on up here, harpoon ship. And actually, I want to set my rally point to be up here. Make two more of these harpoon ships, just to keep things nice and safe. Build another one of these. They're just up here messing with their... What's going on here? They're just up there messing with that lodestone. They're not doing too well. But it doesn't matter. I mean, the units are very... Honestly, they're very disposable. Oh, what's going on there? They're like sitting down there. Yeah, the units are very expendable in this game. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. Oh, crap. That's right. They will attack that enclave since it's so close to the shore, so I had better build a watchtower over there, too. And what we're going to do is we're going to send at least one harpoon ship over here to help. Build one of these as well. We're going to go ahead and set these harpoon ships to patrol in front of this area. Build two more of those. And we're going to send some more of these guys up there to die horribly. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I think it's a good idea here to build a watchtower. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Watchtowers have pretty good health. Definitely higher than those Krakens. That Drake isn't going to survive 4 crossbowmen. I think it's safe enough to go up here and try to get some more lodestones. So I did adjust the speed a little bit. Right now I'm doing it, the speed is 5 instead of 10, just so things don't get killed so fast I can't even look at some of the battles. Like, I can't even try to kill him.
Yeah.
Time for a watchtower. And, time for some crossbowmen to come help out. Oh no. She's gonna die. Come help, crossbowmen. Come help, crossbowmen.
At your request.
Build that. Build that watchtower. Keep everyone safe here. Now, if you're fast about it, you can actually take over this rightward island as well. The intention of this mission is just to sort of sit down here on these 2 islands and just kill anything that comes after you, but you don't actually have to wait for Zon to come at you. You can try and attack them back, you know what I mean? Yep, that didn't work out too well for them. They managed to kill my lodestone. Yeah, you can't, if your builder is on top of the area you want to build, and it won't let you build. You barely got to see that, but that was a rock. It was like a giant bird, and that was the Zon's, basically the equivalent of a transport unit. Something tells me I need to send some more crossbowmen up there. I don't know if I'll survive this one. Ah, he's attacking my priestess. No, don't. Alright, well, we're gonna have to build a new priestess. Go on up, crossbowman. Don't let him get away with that nonsense. The drakes aren't very... I mean, they look cool and they do cool attacks, like as far as the animation goes, but they're not actually that strong. They're pretty easy to kill. Like, a handful of crossbowmen are a lot cheaper. And, much cheaper and can very easily take care... No, don't do that. I was trying to unselect the I was trying to unselect the priestess, but I didn't do it, so I clicked on her to go somewhere I didn't want her to go. Which happens sometimes. Build a few more of these harpoon ships just to be certain. Alright, I think we have enough of those for now. So there's another thing I can do. I could grab a few of these harpoon ships. And let's see if we can't start making some inroads on this island. Now, there's not really that much time left, I don't think, for this mission. So I'll probably get a victory. I'll probably get a victory prior to actually being able to do much on this island, but I'm going to go ahead and try. One of the issues that you can come across is the fact that you can only build 200 units, and I already have a fair number of units over here, so there's not really any guarantee that I'll be able to build enough units over there without either destroying some over here or transporting them. Honestly, since there's no real limit on the amount of resources, like you can't run out of resources on a map. Since you can't run out of resources, sometimes it makes more sense just to destroy the units rather than to transport them, because it's just faster to do that. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead. No, don't do that. Darn it. If you stop construction halfway through, what's going on here? If you stop construction halfway through, a building will just sort of fade out of existence, so you'll lose whatever mana you invested into that. So what I'm going to have her build is a citadel. This is the tier 2 building for Varuna, which builds higher tier units. We don't actually have access to that many units on this map, but there's a couple of them that could be useful. Why don't you go up here and take control of this? Yeah, so the typical way they anticipate you finishing this mission is not to go and take over their islands and kill all the Zon forces. They expect you to sit there and just sort of weather the beasts, the intermittent attacks from Zon. But I figure might as well see if we can't destroy them utterly. It's not really that hard to do. Like that. If you have a transport unit and it has units inside of it, like that rock, it was just there for a second. But if it had anything inside of it, then those things died with the transport unit. So that would really suck, because you can put, on a transport ship, you can fit like 32 guys. So you lose your transport ship, you lose 32 guys. That kind of really sucks. Kind of would really suck. Yep, they don't really stand much of a shot here. And the 2 units we can build here, one is the Crusader. Already reached my unit limit. So what we can do here is Control D and kill some of them. Which reminds me, I'm going to not build any more of those. We can kill those units and start building some more of these. So here's the Crusader. It's basically like the Barbarian for Aramon. It's a stronger version of the Varuna Warrior. It's decent, does more damage, has more hit points. This is the Amazon. This is like the Black Knight of Taros. So it's basically a stronger version of Taros Black Knight. It works pretty well, I'd say. Oh, wow. Right for that one. Not that it matters, but okay. Come help with this, Amazons. Well, they got my flagship. I hope it was worth it. Even though I have plenty of priestesses and stuff to build other things with. I guess that was sort of a design of the mission, is to take that out. I'm not sure. They're not that expensive or hard to build, so... Actually, I'm curious. Where are they? 1237 mana? Yeah, so... They're more than a skiff, but... They're like the second cheapest unit. I wonder where they're coming from. This isn't something you can land on, I don't think. It's just a... That is one of the things I liked about this game, is they had a lot of interesting textures and artwork on there. Like, I really like that they have those things like crabs on there. Maybe I'll send a ship so we can see it better. We can see it a little bit better. where it's not as dark. I mean, and then you can see how the shore, like, look how interesting that shore is with all these, like, fossil shell type things. I mean, it's pretty cool, you know? Then you had stuff like this thing that we built our enclave on. I mean, that's just kind of a cool, thing, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if Varuna built that or if it was part of the Conjurance. If you remember that, you can't. Oh, maybe you can land on that. I don't know, or drop units on it. But if you remember the beginning video, I kind of talked about the Conjured Empire, which is like the Atlantis of this setting, and they were real big on magic. Like, I don't know who, you know, a lot of their relics and ruins and stuff are supposedly around. Like, I don't know if this stuff is a part of the Conjurance or if this is something Varuna itself built. I mean, and they had some nice details too. I mean, this is what you'd expect. You'd expect sand to sort of get over and onto some pavement there like that. Like, that's the kind of thing you'd expect. So it's like, there's little details like that. They did a really good job on that in this game. Well, I guess it's just a matter of waiting here. I have plenty of units, so, and I actually don't need any more Amazons. Or anything else for that matter. No, there's not really much you can do about that. Alright, so that's the victory setting. Well, hopefully this recorded correctly. I really don't want to have to do it a fourth time, but the missions are starting to get a little bit longer now. I don't think it actually lasted 30 minutes, because if you had it on the game speed on 0, I think it's like real time, but because I had it on 5, it's faster, so it didn't actually last 30 minutes. But that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here on this one mission, and I guess I'll go ahead and see y'all next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Later.